Hey guys, welcome back to another windy video. My name's Dylan. On this channel I create skateboard tutorials, product reviews, and all the behind the scenes of our non-profit skateboarding organization here in Kansas City. Today we're back on the mini ramp because we are going to learn the Fakie tail stall backside revert. It's a fun one. Check it out. Hey, a pro tip for any of you mini ramp owners out there. For Christmas I got a leaf blower and it takes way less time for me to clean off the ramp. If you don't have one, I highly recommend it. But in today's video, we're gonna learn how to do a Fakie tail stall backside revert. And what is a Fakie tail revert? It's when you go up the ramp Fakie, and as you approach the coping, you press down on your back foot so that your tail smashes down on the coping. You're gonna rotate your hips, your shoulders, backside 180 degrees. You're gonna revert on the way back in, and you're gonna go back down the ramp Fakie. This is a beginner mini ramp trick, but there's a few things you wanna learn how to do first. And the first one, you wanna make sure you know how to drop in. Second, you wanna make sure you know how to do a rock to Fakie on the mini ramp. If you don't know how to rock to Fakie on the mini ramp, it's gonna be a lot harder for you to have speed to come back and to get in that tail stall with your feet already set up, rock to Fakie. After you learn the rock to Fakie, you wanna make sure you know how to do a Fakie tail stall. So go up the ramp Fakie, press down, and then go back in regular. And then the last thing I would recommend you know how to do, it's kind of an interesting, weird looking thing, but you're gonna learn how to do a drop-in backside 180 on flat ground. And when you do that, all you're gonna do is you're gonna drop in, but as you drop in, you're gonna scoop with your back foot, throw your hips and your shoulders, and do a backside 180. Before you start trying this trick, you need to know where to put your feet, and I put my feet right here. My front foot goes directly over the front bolts, and my back foot goes over the tail with my toes hanging off on the toe side of the board, and that's what helped me scoop backside 180 degrees to revert back into the ramp and to roll away Fakie. Okay, so to do a Fakie tail stall revert, you're gonna make sure that you drop in, rock to Fakie the other side of the ramp with your feet already set up where they need to be to get into tail stall and to do that 180. As you approach the ramp, make sure to bend your knees and make sure that you have enough speed so that you can stall on top of the ramp. For you to gain confidence to do this trick, you wanna make sure that you're able to at least get on top of the ramp to have a little more time before you revert 180 degrees back in. If you're going too slow, it's gonna be really hard for you to do the 180 if you're not fully locked into that tail stall. As you approach the ramp Fakie, as soon as you get up to the top of the coping, make sure to press down on that back foot so that your tail smashes all the way down up against the coping. And at the exact same time, you're gonna start turning your shoulders and your hips backside to do a 180 degree turn. You're gonna do a back 180. So as soon as you start smashing in, if you just start looking over your back shoulder, your shoulders will follow, your hips, your knees, and then your feet. So as soon as you go up, start making sure that your shoulders are already turning. If you're having trouble with this, practice it on flat ground first. Get in that drop-in position, wind up, and then throw your shoulders to do that revert backside on flat ground. You're gonna wait to do the 180 back into the ramp until you're at the peak of your momentum at the top of the quarter pipe. And you'll feel it because you'll go up to the quarter pipe, stall, and you'll have just about what feels like half a second. You'll go up and you'll stall, and then your momentum will start carrying you back in. So what you wanna do is you wanna go up and stall, and before that momentum goes back in, you wanna shift your shoulders, your hips, your knees, and your feet, so that when that momentum goes back in, the board has already been put into motion to do that backside 180 degree turn. One of the biggest mistakes I see with this trick is that people will be in the back seat when they go in. It means they're leaned a little bit too far on their nose, and so when they try to ride back in Fakie, they end up slipping out and hitting their knee or their hip on the way back into the ramp. And so that's why I highly encourage you, bend your knees and really focus on keeping your head centered directly over your board. Because if your head is centered over your board, you should be centered on the way back in. It also helps when you do this trick to keep your feet super wide. That way you can kind of navigate on both ends. If you have your feet too far in the middle or too far on one side of the board, I guarantee you're gonna slip out on that side. So make sure that you go up, press down on that tail, make sure your shoulders and your hips are already in motion to that backside 180 turn. Make sure to keep your knees and your feet wide as you go back in. Keep your knees bent. And after you do that 180 degree turn, you'll feel the momentum just send you back in Fakie, and that's when you will bend your knees and ride away. Here are a few tricks and tips that'll help you learn this trick a little bit faster and to help get the motion to do this trick. And the first thing, you can go up the ramp and do a Fakie pivot on the ramp and go back in Fakie. Essentially, it's a half cab on the ramp. Go up, the ramp fakie, do that backside 180-degree revert on the ramp, bend your knees and go back in. It's not gonna feel exactly the same, but you'll get the motion of going up the ramp fakie, doing the 180, and going back down the ramp fakie as well. The second thing that you can do, think back to the beginning of this video where I had you drop in and do the backside 180 just on flat. Another way that you can help learn this trick is you can continue to do it below coping. So go to the bottom of the ramp where there's a little bit of transition there, set up your board and drop in, hang your back toes off so you can keep that board there, put your front foot on, and at the same time wind up your shoulders and your hips, do that backside 180, and revert back in so you roll away fakie. This will help you get the motion of how to do a fakie tail stall backside revert. And the third thing is you've just got to commit. I know it's a pretty scary trick to do, but once you commit, it actually is easier to land the trick than it is to bail the trick. So really just go up and try it a bunch of times, bend your knees, stay centered over your board, and make sure to actually do the back 180. Don't get caught up by being scared and kind of half-footing it. Do the full rotation, do the 180, and right away fakie. This is one of those tricks that is super fun, and once you learn it on smaller stuff, doing it on bigger stuff is not hard at all. Hey, well, I hope this video helped you learn fakie tail stall reverts. It's a super fun trick, and then once you learn it, it's easy to incorporate it into other tricks as well. So once you start learning it really, really well, start learning backside tail slides and then do that backside revert out of it. If you guys like this video, make sure to actually like it. It makes a huge difference here on our channel. And comment down below if there's any other tricks that you want me to teach you on the mini ramp. Maybe you want to learn a flat ground trick. Comment down below what other tricks you want to learn. And then if you did like this content, make sure to subscribe. It really does make a difference. We're getting really, really close to 1,000 subscribers. And we're going to do like this big giveaway when we reach that. So seriously, thank you guys. It means a lot that you actually take the time to watch our videos. It's super rad. But we'll catch you guys in the next video. As always, thanks for hanging.
If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel for all things faith, family, and skateboarding. We will see you guys in the next video, and as always,
thanks for hanging.